Admiral speaks about partnership, talks about commercial environments. You all have a massive commercial environment. You sort of leverage a lot of those lessons learned into the federal environment and vice versa, I'm sure. Give us an example of a program that you'd like to highlight where perhaps you're implementing this type of concept.
Yeah, there's a couple, but some of it I'll touch on is because we focus a lot on both two things: the architectures, how do we build these architectures out, and what do we put in place to be able to support that, so that you can understand, what is your surface of what you're protecting, what are the things that you're trying to build into there, what are all the assets and things that need to be a part of this ecosystem, so that you can do to support the mission on a day-to-day basis. So one of the things that we'll go and look at with some of our partners when we're working with the federal government is, what are the technologies that need to be put into place to be able to secure that network? What are the technologies that need to be secure the data? What are the technologies that need to be secure those end devices and all the edge computing things? So what we'll go in and partner on is, like we're working on right now with trying to move out the edge compute in the 5G and making sure that we're getting the data and the information out to the edge users is, okay, what are some of the things like SASE? What are the things that we can do with secure access service edge? And to make sure that we're securing that edge compute. What are some of the things that we're going to put into place for that zero trust architecture to be able to then say, okay, we're looking at not just stuff to protect at the perimeter and what's happening at the headquarters area, but how does it then protect things at the border? How does it then protect things when I'm out in the field for first responders? How do I then protect things when I'm working at on a flight line in those facilities? And looking at all that connectivity and transforming those networks and ensuring that we have the right technology in place to be able to do that. And then we're also looking at similar like what Admiral Chase was saying before about the partnerships and understanding the processes and procedures. One of the things that we're also proud of is working with agencies such as CISA. We have partners that are on board with the Cybersecurity Safety Review Board that we're working on and looking at all the processes and procedures, looking at what these threat vectors are, what are the things that industry can bring in to be able to talk about and help agencies and industry itself understand what the vectors are, what are some of the protection measures, what are some of the things you should look out for when you're trying to protect all the different aspects of your environment. As you know, that you've seen, and we've done this in our data breach investigation report, system intrusions are one of the largest things that are happening these days. It's where you go in, you have a lot of things coming in with hacking, malware, ransomware, which allow the threat actors to come do what the different things with stealing credentials, stealing information, putting in different things, which will then, put our nation in a precarious position to be able to protect each one of our citizens, each one of our soldiers, and all of our agencies. So, what we're doing is, in these partnerships, we're looking at and providing information about what we see from a security aspect, what we're seeing from an infrastructure aspect. We're taking that information that we're working with our partners and the federal government, marrying that together and figuring out what are the right policies, procedures, and things that need to be put into place so that we can work lockstep to be able to then protect all of our assets and data that we have.
And we